been built together, hand in hand, as one TCS.
In 1868, the Tata Group was founded on a philosophy that put the community at the heart of its existence. Today, we are a $150 billion global enterprise. Our today has been built on enduring values. Our today is about delivering excellence across business sectors. Our today is about building a future-ready nation. Our today has a strong foundation with community at its core. Our today is dedicated to the communities we serve. Our today is always about more than just today. Our today is a continuous journey for a better tomorrow. Tata, leadership with trust. In 1868, the Tata Group was founded on a philosophy that put the community at the heart of its existence. Today, we are a $150 billion global enterprise. Our today has been built on enduring values.
Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Vanakkam, Chennai. Can we have some noise from all the Chennai TCSers? Fantastic. Namaskaram. Introduced in 2012, TCS CodeVita has united millions of aspiring programmers from more than 100 countries. Leveling the playing field and celebrating talent from diverse backgrounds, TCS CodeVita not only hones coding skills, but also nurtures creativity and problem-solving abilities by promoting programming as a sport. This year, the arena has been set in Asia's largest TCS campus, Sirusiri, Chennai. And we are elated to host at the culturally rich gateway of South India, where tradition meets modernity. And the future of programming is being coded right in front of us. So let the spotlight gleam as we ready to embark on a journey of innovation and brilliance. I, Sakshi Gupta,
And I, Amrita,
would like to extend a warm welcome to the TCS CodeVita Season 12 Awards ceremony, where algorithms meet creativity and innovation take center stage.
ladies and gentlemen, please join us in welcoming our distinguished guest, Mrs. Sunita Sahani, Honorary Consul of Chile in Chennai, His Excellency Mr. Javier Paulinch, Ambassador of the Republic of Peru, Mr. Suresh Raman, Vice President and Region Head TCS Chennai, Dr. Harry Quinn, Chief Technology Officer TCS, joining us virtually, Mr. Janardhan Santanam, VP and Chief Learning Officer, Mr. Ashok Krish, Head AI Practice TCS, Mr. DP Nambiar, HR Head Geographies TCS, Mr. K. Krithivasan, Chief Executive Officer and Managing Director TCS, also joining us virtually today, Amol Khanapurkar, CTO TCS HR, Jagannathan Gopalakrishnan, Head Employer Branding, Mr. K. Sudeep, Chief Human Resource Officer Delegate TCS, Mr. Girish Nandimat, Global Talent Acquisition Group Head TCS, Daniel Blanchard, Chief Technology Officer, Intercontinental Hotel Groups. Last but not the least, I would love to welcome our associates, academicians, and dear students.
If innovation had a superpower, our next speaker would be its superhero. With a mind sharper than the latest processor, they say AI is taking over, but trust me, nothing can replace the wisdom and experience of our next speaker. With over 3 decades of experience and diverse leadership roles across geographies, he builds deep customer relationships by helping them with digital transformation and technology strategies. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome Mr. Suresh Raman, Vice President and Region Head, TCS Chennai.
Good morning. Namaste. Hola. Right? Ni hao. And Vanakkam Chennai. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests and distinguished participants, a warm welcome. 537,000 registrants from 96 countries. Now to the top 25 finalists from 8 countries across the globe. This is the scale of CodeVita Season 12, hosted right here in the vibrant heart of TCS Chennai, our Sirusiri campus. With immense honor and excitement, we warmly welcome the mission heads, His Excellency Ambassador of Republic of Peru. Welcome, sir. Ms. Sunita Sahani, Honorary Consul General of Chile in Chennai. TCS dignitaries, academic heads, students from Chennai, and our top 25 finalists whose presence adds unparalleled significance to this spectacular event. Amidst the vibrant energy of Chennai, the TCS Sirusiri campus stands as a powerhouse of innovation and excellence. Spanning 71 acres, one of the largest campuses probably in Asia and elsewhere, widely celebrated for its rich biodiversity, sustainable and intelligent designs, and spirit of transformation. It is thoughtfully designed with multiple engineering blocks in an open-air amphitheater and ecological streams where creativity and innovation take flight. Siriseri is just more than a campus. It's a place where conversations naturally flow, from cutting-edge technology to strategic chess moves probably, as Chennai is the chess capital of India. We are proud to host the prestigious TCS CodeVita for the second time and welcome global talent and brightest minds from around the world. The history of this prestigious competition goes long before ideathons and hackathons became popular. TCS had top 10 coders as an internal competition based on a suggestion from an internal platform, and that is what gave birth to the brand CodeVita. The Guinness Book of World Records listed TCS CodeVita as the world's largest programming contest with registrations from 98 countries, regions, proving it as a truly global phenomenon. This season is bigger, better, and more competitive than all the previous seasons, and brought together a group of passionate young coders from all over the world into an exciting final. We had record registrations with million pieces of code, and here we are today with top 25 finalists from 8 countries: Brazil, Chile, Ecuador, People's Republic of China, Peru, Spain, Taiwan, and of course India. The competition is certainly tougher, more global, and indeed more enriching. In a machine-first world where AI, data, and analytics rule, coding is still the backbone of anything that we do in computing. With critical thinking, problem-solving skills, and creativity, humans' core programming skills will be the most sought after even after AI or Gen AI. As our Tata Group chairman says, the world is going through digital artificial intelligence, digital AI transition. As AI transforms industries, the coders here, the highly skilled super coders are going to play a crucial role in shaping the AI-driven future. You are the architects of this AI-driven future and are at the forefront of AI's transformation of industries, right from healthcare and finance to robotics and automation and many more. How many more LLM APIs like OpenAI's GPT-4, Meta's Llama are going to step into the world through you? Cannot wait, especially we at Chennai. We have, anyway, I think I've told a couple of times, Chennai already has AI in its name, right? At TCS, our vision extends beyond technological growth. We aim to create a platform where talent and innovation intersect to drive meaningful change. As we embark on the final leg of TCS CodeVita Season 12, I extend my sincere congratulations to all the finalists whose dedication has brought them this far. Once again, welcome to the award ceremony of TCS CodeVita 12. May the best coder, super coder, architect win. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Suresh. We couldn't have asked for a better start to start this TCS CodeVita Season 12.
Can we just check the Josh in the hall? Everybody, can we have TCS CodeVita Season 12 set together? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Looks like nobody has had their breakfast today. Can we go a little louder? One more time. TCS CodeVita Season 12. 1, 2, 3.
TCS CodeVita Season 12.
Little better, but I know Chennai can do much, much better. But moving on. In a world where technology evolves faster than our morning coffee cools down, we need visionaries to guide us. Today, we have the privilege of hearing from one such innovator, someone who doesn't just follow trends, but defines them. He has led innovations into the future of work. He found Digitate, a TCS venture. He also led the strategy, innovation, and the design of Ignio, world's first cognitive automation product for enterprise IT. Now, we request our visionary, Dr. Harry Quinn, Chief Technology Officer at TCS, who has joined us virtually to address. Can we please have Mr. Wynn on screen?
Yeah, hi, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Good morning, everyone. And first of all, very warm welcome to this CodeVita Season 12 award ceremony today. My apologies for not being able to not being there in person, but indeed a pleasure to get a chance to actually connect with you this morning. So first of all, my pleasure and honor to welcome all the dignitaries, Mrs. Sunita Shane, Consul of Chile in Chennai, His Excellency Mr. Javier Polinich, Ambassador for Republic of Peru, all the academic and mission heads, placement directors from academic institutions, my colleagues from TCS, and last but not the least, and perhaps the most importantly, all the students who participated in CodeVita competition. Now, certainly, first of all, congratulations to all of you, all the top 25 finalists who have actually gotten there. As you know, CodeVita is one of the world's largest such competitions, and we are very, very proud and humbled every time we actually host these competitions to see the amount of talent and the expertise that is actually out there. I mean, the season 12 actually started with a bang with more than 525,000 registrations in sort of phase one of this entire competition. More than 125,000 students participated. About 6,000 of them actually made it to round two, and of that, only 25 finalists. So obviously, you have come a long way. Absolutely brilliant performance up to the point of getting there. So my congratulations to all of you, first of all. And of course, it is actually a global population, which is in fact even more satisfying to see the countries that are represented from Chile, Peru, Brazil, Republic of China, Taiwan, Spain, Ecuador, and India. So fantastic performance by all of you. I actually just want to take perhaps a minute or two to actually talk about sort of the world of software and software engineering, because I mean, everybody keeps asking and keeps talking about the fact that software engineering is going to get disrupted and the need of programming, etc. With machines generating a lot of code, what is the role of sort of expert programmers? So I think it is certainly the case that programming languages, and I mean, programming is actually not about actually programming languages. To me, programming is actually a higher level skill, which is all about computational thinking, about actually taking a complex, large problem that one wants to solve, breaking it down into large number of little parts, components, dealing with ambiguity and choices for solving any part of that problem, finding the best solution for every part, and then finding the composition of these little part solutions coming back down to solve the larger problem that one started with. So it is the art of actually doing problem decomposition, finding the best possible way of solving every part of the problem, essentially dealing with ambiguity, creatively finding the best solution, and then composing these solutions back into a solution that solves the larger problem. That entire skill set that each one of these students possess is going to become even more important in tomorrow's world, where machines actually help us actually generate a lot of the code that will actually go into practice, right? So these skills, in a sense, you can say these are soft skills, but these skills of actually doing problem analysis, decomposition, dealing with ambiguity, and finding the best solution, and then recomposing them to actually build a solution that is actually sort of a unique way to solve that problem, is actually going to become even more important in the future, because the machines will actually become very good at how to do something. People will have to figure out what to do, when to do, and why to do. And that's exactly the skill set that we are talking about, which many of the participants actually have exhibited. So I think while programming itself as an activity will get transformed, the skills that are actually required to truly excel in this new world is what this whole CodeVita competition is also designed to actually inculcate as well as to evaluate and assess. So once again, congratulations to all of you, and I cannot wait to actually learn more about the winners of this year's competition. My best wishes for the award ceremony. But more importantly, I really look forward to seeing all of the participants here today grow in their careers and shape the future of technology and the industry. So I would certainly looking forward to cheering you all on as you actually change the world. So thank you very much once again, and I enjoy the award ceremony.
Thank you so much, Dr. Win. We are privileged to have you with us today, and thank you for all your remarks. Now,
my pleasure.
Now, it's time to meet the top 25 coding grandmasters of TCS CodeVita Season 12. As next up is an exclusive sneak peek of their Namma Chennai moments. They are smarter than the sum of a code and creative as a symphony of algorithm. Watch them do the killer moves and slay the swag, which will make you all say, "Where a level get it." Ladies and gentlemen, let's have our eyes on the screen.
In 1868, the Tata Group was founded on a
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Namaskar, Wanakam.
With you, and it's amazing to see the diversity of TCS. It's amazing to see how HR and a great team working along with marketing, communication, are really involved in making this experience really memorable for all of us. And I hope you enjoy. You have the best memories of this experience for your life, and all the best tomorrow.
Your goal is right. You have to beat the GenAI competitors. Okay? GenAI experiment.
Hello, I am Mauricio Cari from Chile.
Hello, I'm Jeffrey Ho from Taiwan.
Hi, my name is Nikhil. I am from Bangalore.
I'm Kaushal Kumar Srivastava.
Hi, my name is Martin Antigati.
Hello, I'm Ignacio from Chile.
My name is Divya Mohan and I am from Delhi.
My experience here in the CodeVita has been amazing.
Yeah, it was my first time participating in CodeVita, and it was very nice.
My experience at TCS CodeVita has been inspiration. I get to learn a lot. By a lot, I mean literally a lot.
TCS CodeVita, where level?
TCS CodeVita, where level?
TCS CodeVita, where level?
TCS CodeVita, where level?
Wasn't that quite an experience? A huge round of applause for our top 25 once again. Well done. Looking at this experience, I really think I should have been a coder. I think I've chose a wrong profession, don't you think so?
It's okay. It's never too late to start.
Well, I think branding will remain for now. However, talking about coding, I'll only think it will be in my next life. But since we are on the topic, talking about coding, programming, I think it's now time for us to dive into a truly, truly profound conversation that explores the intersection of technology and humanity, hosting a fireside chat that is as fascinating as it is future-defining on reprogramming the human.
It's my pleasure to introduce our distinguished speaker for today's Fireside Chat. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Janardhan Santanam, Global Talent and Development Head TCS, with over 23 years of industry experience across retail, consumer goods, and manufacturing. Janardhan currently heads talent development for TCS. In a world where Control plus Z doesn't work in real life, we need pioneers to guide us through the ever-changing landscape of technology. Luckily, we have one with us.
And joining him on the other side is Mr. Ashok Krish, Head AI Practice TCS. Starting his career as a software engineer, Ashok's experience is as dynamic and versatile as his personality. Along with being an AI expert, he's also an author who passionately unfolds the science of rich Indian food, a columnist, a classical violinist, a guitarist, a cellist, and God knows so many other things. But now it's time to our speakers to get over with the conversation. A huge round of applause, please.
Thank you. Once upon a time, humans used to code. That statement probably evokes a lot of strong reactions, some emotions amongst many of us. And that's precisely what we are going to explore today, just after our CTO spoke about it briefly. Let me dive straight into it. Ashok and I have been in this profession for decades, working together, and seen a sea change in what has been happening in the world of programming. And coding copilots have been around now for quite some time. So Ashok, if you can start with giving us a view of where is the industry and where is TCS and our kind of service industry on the rollout of copilots.
Yes, actually, it's been a very accelerated, exponential adoption, actually. I would say, I think close to 10 million lines of code have been written by coding copilots already, right? So I think it's fair to say that programming as a thing that we do is naturally going to be AI assisted in the future, right? But I want to sort of step back and say that I think the first time I wrote a program for production in TCS, half my problems had to do with memory allocation in C++. But pretty soon, 5 years after that, I never had to do that ever again. So it's just, I think, a natural progression, as the CTO said. It's fundamentally going to be about problem solving and how you solve and what you solve, and not necessarily just the programming language itself. Coding to everyone who's in software engineering, it will increasingly get more and more sophisticated. So at least the simpler basic things will all naturally get done, allowing fundamentally the programmer to focus on what truly matters, what problem you're solving, and so on. So that's essentially what we're seeing right now.
I'm quite amazed by how far we have come. Just yesterday, I did one of my trials of being able to take a whole bunch of insurance industry FAQs, SOPs, and all those kinds of documents, being able to create an application where an end user can start interacting with it to ask questions like, what kind of a policy should I be opting for? And all of this with absolutely 0 lines of code ever done. I remember in Mumbai on the same stage last year, Amol and I were on stage, and we had an interesting discussion on what if generative AI starts solving CodeVita? What would that world look like? We were jokingly saying, why can't we have a Gen Vita in the next season? I'm happy to say that we have actually done that here in this round of CodeVita season 12. We've, before I get to that, right, Amol and I also discussed what kind of problems does Amol and his team write, which make it quite complex for human programmers and possibly complex for AI as well. So he was speaking of the fact that it is multi-domain in nature. It brings together multiple programming techniques to be applied in the same problem. These are problems that generative AI may not have seen in the past. These are problems involving geometry and shapes and folding of shapes and intersections of shapes and stuff that AI may not be very good at because it is visual in nature. Many things that go into the development of these problems. And we said, let us challenge ourselves, let us challenge generative AI. The first thing we were talking is, if we just give this problem to generative AI, will it be able to solve it? We obviously know it cannot. So we decided
problems. Because you have to remember that large language models fundamentally model language. Language doesn't describe the richness of the three-dimensional nature of the world. For that you need a different category of AI model, which will come eventually, right? But I think more importantly, a couple of other things we kind of also realized is that the folks who used AI tools attempted to solve all problems at the same time. They just basically have the AI fire off and go off and try various things, right? So they got ahead in a fair number of problems. So I'm happy to tell you that they did not come first. So it's the human developers that actually outdid people using AI at this time. Again, to be fair, I had the AI practice, so I have to be optimistic about AI, not about human beings. So congratulations to the CodeVita organization team to define the problems in a way that still continues to sort of outwit. They are multi-domain, they are three-dimensional in nature, they involve multiple techniques that you might have to use, and so on. But it also begs something for all of you here in this room. It also means that there is an entirely new skill you have to pick up, which is how to work effectively with AI, right? Meaning that as we go forward, for example, using a reasoning model to think through and plan how you're solving the problem. And then using multiple agents to solve each part of that problem. Having the AI try 20 different techniques and see which one actually works better. See, computational thinking, as Dr. Harrington said, is foundationally what it means is that thinking about what the human brain cannot possibly do, because it's basically works out of a few grams of glucose. So it doesn't have that kind of bandwidth, it gets tired very soon. But on the other hand, you can actually try a lot of more statistical computational techniques, trying 20,000 different ways to solve the problem and pick the one that works, right? You can use more probabilistic ways of doing this. You can ask the AI to reason through multiple ways. You can use agentic ways and so on. So this will, in a sense, become the new set of programming skills that people will need to pick. But for this year, so it's sort of good to see that the humans still outdid the people using AI for now.
The choice of our AI coders, if I may call them so, is interesting this time, right? By intention, one of them was an algorithmic thinker who had not used a lot of copilots in the past to a great degree. And the other is an expert at copilots who's not necessarily in the profession right now of doing algorithmic and logical thinking. And it turned out that each of them adopted a different approach to try to solve the problem. Each of them worked to quite an extent, but I can just only imagine what if both those skills come together in the same person to try to solve the really complex problems of the future going forward. Many more insights to discover here. I'll just move to the next section now. We've spoken a bit about coding and generative AI there. Broadly, where is this going with respect to the future of work? And work as defined for every one of the different personas and roles here, not just programmers.
Yeah.
HR specialists, teachers, academicians, and legal, procurement, all other such functions.
This is, we're pretty certain that almost all knowledge work will eventually go through this evolution of first being assisted by AI. So there is going to be no work where you will not use some AI. By the way, we're already implicitly using it without realizing it. Every time you do a Google search or when you search for something where you do Google Maps and so on. But even right now, increasingly, there will be some co-pilots assisting you with your emails. You'll intuitively, kids are already cheating on their homework by using ChatGPT and so on. Coding assistants will generate code. People will generate ideas using these things to make presentations. People in consulting will use it to analyze large amounts of data far more rapidly than it would take, and so on. So there's going to be a natural progression, if you will, of AI assisting you at your work. But I think what we need to keep in mind is on the longer run, the future of work will be focused more on the kinds of things that AI is not going to get good at. So it will be related to anything, any work that involves generation of anything. Could be code, could be pictures, could be videos, could be analysis, could be looking at a log file and debugging, could be looking at some large amounts of data and finding patterns in it, could be looking at thousands of PDFs and finding the right quote from somewhere and so on. All of these are things AI will do better. So, but you've got to frame the right problem, you've got to curate, you've got to do sense making, you've got to navigate human networks, you've got to focus on empathy, you've got to focus on user-centered design. So it's those things, as long as they are more a part of your work than simply just writing code or simply just doing analysis, I think that's where the future of work is kind of headed towards. So we've had like one ChatGPT moment that basically kicked us off on this path that knowledge work is going to get significantly AI first and human reviewed, right? From where we are mostly doing the work now. AI will do most of the work, human will be in the loop reviewing and being still accountable for it, right? There will be a similar moment, I believe, for humanoid robotics and industrial robotics maybe in the next 5 or 6 years and so on. And that will also again start to change the nature of physical work that we do, right? I mean, my favorite example is that today, it is easier to use AI to automate an investment banker. It is nearly impossible to use AI to automate a plumber, right? It's easier to use AI to automate a doctor, very, very hard to use AI to do what a nurse does, right? So you will find that the more human your interactions are, those are the ones that we have to keep to ourselves rather than outsource to AI.
I can also see one more dimension emerge out of it, which is a lot of us say that we do multitasking, and we also discuss the negative impact of multitasking versus going deep and focus and get jobs done. That's a so to call. Is that the AI coders were able to spin off solutions for multiple problems together and be able to jump across problems, refining their prompts, changing their tools, and address a wide variety, maybe not all of them to the same level of depth within the given time, as opposed to a human coder who would have, in many cases, tried to go all out for one particular problem, solve it, go to the next, and so on. So multitasking along with AI and along with co-pilots is possibly going to have a great effect on productivity.
But I want to use that to pivot to the next question logically, right? So when you say multitasking, right? I don't mind my software programmer to multitask. I actually want them to multitask. But I don't want my brain surgeon to multitask, right? I don't want the daycare teacher, the person dealing with a kid to multitask and so on, right? So in that sense, I think it will all depend on the fundamental notion of, for a work, what talent do you actually need, right? So which brings me to my question to you, Jana, as the Chief Learning Officer, right? In this new world, how do you define talent? Right? Is the talent of the human being? Is it the talent of the AI? Is it the combinatorial talent? How do you think about it?
So I see some kind of an evolution coming up here. It used to be human talent, and it is very clear it's human plus AI. But human plus AI evolving into human generating and using co-pilots, human creating our own personalized agents and then starting to work with empowerment and by having agents go do stuff and then come back with outcomes at the next level. And perhaps in a world, maybe 2 years from now, humans creating and having the ability to create their own avatars or surrogates and being able to substitute for them in at least part of the work that they do, which is a much more significantly higher level of empowerment. In this flow, the definition of skill or capability becomes not just what you know about your skill, like not just Angular or React, but maybe just 40% of that skill, but 60% of how well am I able to customize my co-pilot, create my agent, build my surrogate. That is what is the new definition of skill.
I mean, there is in a sense, I call this sort of learning to learn, right? I mean, the fact is that in the future, you don't actually learn React. What you actually learn is the common set of patterns that a UI JavaScript framework tends to have. And you can apply that across Vue.js, React, and Next.js, and what have you. It doesn't really matter, right? And which also brings me to this other point that how in this future will we assess talent, right? The one thing that everyone else both loves and loves to hate is obviously the idea of a performance appraisal. At the end of the day, everyone has to go through that, right? How do you assess talent?
So this is actually sort of, in my terminology, an NP hard problem, like we say in the world of mathematics. It's not an easy problem to solve. Now, if you tell me that I've got to have a completely open book evaluation of a complex problem and how easily are they able to solve it, and do it at an automated scale where we can have 40,000, 50,000 people work on it, and we are able to automatically find out how good are they at using generative AI solutions. It's a very, very complex problem because by nature, it is very difficult to even detect. We started with detection as an approach. Can we detect how people have used generative AI solutions and aids? It became a dead end. And so we discarded that approach entirely. And now we have shifted to a completely an open book approach where all we are concerned about is the output, and can we detect from the output how they have done. So for an internal TCSer, for instance, who are working in our environment, one of the approach that we are taking is, can we have some instrumentation in our environment which gives us clues on how effectively they used copilots, where did they edit, what does the annotation tell us, and so what was the percentage of human versus AI help. Whereas with someone who's completely from outside and we are doing it in public, maybe we just use the complexity of the problem, the time taken to solve, robustness of the code, the performance, scalability, concurrency, security, as the final outputs, which tell us they may have used 10 different agents, we don't care, but the output is good enough.
Yeah, that's what that matters.
They must have definitely done a good job.
On a lighter note, one of the unfortunate side effects of generative AI is that, what is the most common phrase that has been found in white papers published in all academic disciplines in the last 18 months? It is according to training cutoff in November 2024. So people have literally copy-pasted from ChatGPT into academic papers, and it's been indexed, and it's there, right? In fact, if you search for things, the top results from Quora often are generated by AI agents, and the answers are, I don't know the answer because as of my training cutoff in November 2024, I don't know the answer. That's been indexed by Google now. So we're sort of going to be in a very interesting time, if you will.
So I'll move to a rapid fire now in the interest of time, Ashok. Okay,
Yes.
A couple of quick questions for you.
Yes.
Your favorite code gen tool?
Oh, Cursor using Anthropic Sonnet. But I have a workflow. I use OpenAI O1 for thinking through requirements and writing a PRD. And then using another instance of that to break that into a smaller design and also break it down into smaller chunks that the AI is less likely to fail at. And then I essentially take that as a prompt into Cursor, Sonnet, and then have it go through it step by step and build it out piece by piece as opposed to try to solve the whole thing. So that, for me, I think is the thing that works. One good practice is also have the agent document the code as well as generate test cases, right? So that's what works for me.
You are a multifaceted personality. Your intro says a lot about that. How do you use generative AI for music, for art, for cooking, for everything else?
Yeah, so thankfully, ChatGPT still doesn't cook, and in fact, sometimes it actually gives some slightly crazy recipes as well. But I think on a serious note, part of why I'm able to manage an Instagram following of 1 million while still having a full-time TCS job is because on the weekends, I use about 4 or 5 agents that I have slowly configured and created for myself. So there's one that uses, again, Anthropic Claude because it's the best writing, although I'm now slowly partial to GPT 4.5 for writing. What I do is use the deep research tool from either Grok or OpenAI to go look at scientific papers and so on and summarize 5,000 words about a subject that I'm interested in, right? So the second agent is able to take that. It has been trained on 200,000 of my words, my book, my columns, everything else. Its job, and this is Anthropic Claude, its job is to write sentences in my tone of voice. I'm actually quite surprised that it comes up with jokes that I would have made, right? So it's pretty good at that. So the third thing I do is then to send all of that to using Perplexity's API to do some fact checking, to find citations. Because again, many of these things can hallucinate. And the last part of this puzzle is me, the human, the neural network here that has to look at this. Here's my first draft. Let me now edit it because I know what will go viral and so on. So that's where I come in. And so this is how I essentially use these tools in a very multi-agent integrated fashion for content creation.
I'm assuming that will be a good big contributor to your Masala Lab 2.0, Masala Lab 3.0. When is that coming out?
That is actually quite fascinating. The reason the second book is actually getting delayed is because I want this to be the last book that I write without using AI's help. So that's why it's taking time. So because I know that going forward, it is absolutely going to be AI assisted and so on, yes. So I have some rapid fire questions for you, Janab. So what was the last technical boot camp you went through?
Going through TCS's Wisdom Next, no code, generative AI exploration and build.
Oh, fantastic. Actually, there's every possible use case that you could essentially build out in any industry. Okay, and what is one AI achievement you're most proud of?
Just in the last 1 year, about 6 to 7 AI solutions, generative AI up and running in TCS in production for the field of training and education.
Yeah, it's been one of the actually hugely impactful large-scale implementations. And mostly last year, companies mostly did small-scale experiments. But it's great to see TCS actually do this at large scale. And the last question is, what is the toughest skill to learn?
I'll flip it another way. Toughest thing to do, getting the 40 plus to get close to AI and then start living it, breathing it.
Change management. Yeah.
Change management.
Yes, as always the case.
Good. That brings us to the end of this discussion. I would probably summarize by saying, like our CTO said, as AI and generative AI become better friends, co-pilots, buddies, or surrogates, as I said, it obviously the contribution of humans changes significantly, but the world's problems and the kind of challenges that we now have are also equally increasing in their complexity. Global supply chains, climate, vaccinations, drug trials. There are so many complex problems and they are only increasing in the complexity for us to solve. So I can only imagine that this partnership of human plus AI becomes richer and richer, and there are more things that humans continue to do and more things that AI is able to achieve along with humans going forward. I'll end with a small haiku carrying forward from what I started. Once upon a time, humans wrote code. Now code whispers itself a structured ode. A mind of its own, it learns fast. Who shapes the future learns patterns from the past.
I have one question. Which LLM was used to generate that?
Guilty as charged.
There you go.
Thank you, Ashok. Pleasure having you here.
Thank you so much, Jana and Ashok. We learned a lot of things. Like, we learned with AI, we can do more and yearn more, and we can explore many things if we know something and if we know what exactly we want. So we had a very good thought-provoking conversation. I'm sure we all walk away with a deeper understanding of how these technologies are shaping the future. Let's give a big round of applause for Jana and Ashok.
And now, we have a thrilling segment called Technology Trivia, where programming meets the pop culture. Get ready to test your knowledge and see how well you can connect the dots between the tech world and trends. So today, it's all about bridging the gap between bytes and buzz. Are you all ready for some technology quiz?
Only few are ready, it seems.
Are we all ready? Guys, this is TCS technology company. We want a louder roar. Are you ready? That's more like it. So can we please have the quiz on screen?
The rules are very simple. If you know the answer, raise your hand. We will call them, then you answer.
You can take the mic, please.
I could see the globe in the middle, and the entire country's flags outside the globe. The entire world, one contest is CodeVita. So that's how I can see the picture.
All right, you made it sound like it's very simple, but there was quite some effort that went into this. Okay. Can we move to the next slide of the answer, please, for him? So essentially, it talks about United by Code, which you did express, and it represents coming together of the winners of all the 11 seasons, and it symbolizes a country of every flag. So you will get a goodie that's coming on your way. Next question, please. Can we have a huge round of applause for his effort? Identify this popular phrase. What you see on the screen, somebody who has an answer, please raise your hands. I can see somebody from the tech team. You're not eligible, but we'll get back to you later. Someone? Okay.
Hello world.
This is Hello World.
Hello
That's
world.
right, that's right, that's right. A huge round of applause, guys, please. Next question.
Identify this condition in programming. Brainstorm yours.
Raise of hands, please.
If you know
Top
the
25,
answers,
you can also participate.
Is it
You will
not
know
tough?
all the answers, naturally. You're an AI expert. Anybody? Anybody else? Top 25? Yes, yes, please. That's right.
Exactly. Can we give a big round of applause? Our goodie bag is on the way for you. Computer G, shall we have the next question?
Identify this device, everyday device. Yes?
Mouse.
Exactly.
Yes, that was simple. Everybody should have raised their hands for this one. So it's basically the mouse movement, to be precise, but you get it. Identify this music director. Now you've got to read what's on the screen, and please raise your hands. We have some hands. Everybody loves music. This is a topic of interest. For coding, nobody answered like this, huh? Music, everybody.
Depends on the interest.
Santosh Narayanan.
I was about to say that.
Sorry?
Santosh Narayanan.
Exactly.
That's right,
Right
that's
answer.
right. Everybody, please, let's encourage the ones who are attempting.
And Computer G, next question. Take your time. May look complicated. We know we have the human AI in front of us. Is it
Silence.
Yeah. Pin drop silence.
Take your time didn't mean that don't answer. Yes?
I'll just try. Is it reinforcement learning?
Yes.
Yes.
Computer G, do we have another question? Okay.
Looks like that was it. Good try, everyone, please. Thank you so much for answering. And as we move to the next segment, here is great minds don't just think outside the box. They redesign it completely. Today's guest has spent years turning ideas into realities and pushing boundaries. His experience spanning a wide spectrum of areas within the human resources, leading the integrated HR functions of the various geographies and corporate functions. He is known for his strong business connect, relationship skills, and leadership abilities. Please give a huge round of applause as we welcome Mr. DP Nambiar, HR Head Geographies of TCS.
So good morning, everybody. Oh, okay, so I don't know, the breakfast, now you're ready for coffee, looks like. Shall we do this again? So good morning, everybody. Okay, so before I get going, I need to clarify two things here. I'm not going to take a lot of time, but I have a few points to make, and there was no AI involved in putting those points together. And the second thing, it's only after I walked into this room I realized that I am inappropriately dressed for today. I'm rather overdressed, so don't worry, guys. My apologies. But I do own a pair of jeans, and it's just that these guys refused to give me a T-shirt before I come here and do my piece. So next year, we'll take care of this. But it's wonderful to be here, and a warm welcome again for the award ceremony, the grand finale of TCS CodeVita 12. It's an honor to welcome Ms. Sunita Sani, our Honorary Consul General in Chennai of Chile, and His Excellency Javier Polnick, Ambassador of the Republic of Peru. I'd also like to welcome all our friends from academia, the students from various institutions in Chennai, my TCS colleagues, and of course the stars of the day, our outstanding super coders. So we are all gathered here to celebrate the art of coding and the passionate super coders who have strived for excellence along the course of this contest. And I must tell you this, I definitely believe in the talent of tomorrow. And I think every time I'm at CodeVita, that belief gets reinforced. Thank you very much, guys, for doing that. Because for people of my vintage, it's important to know that the future is in good hands. And don't read too much into people of my vintage part. Empowering individuals to discover their potential, creating opportunities so that they can thrive and find their best is part of the TCS way. It's integral to the TCS way. And this was the fundamental factor that led to our looking at the TCS CodeVita initiative. So it started off in, I think, 2007. As TCS Idea Storm, which was internal to the organization, an intra-organizational event. And then in 2012, we expanded it and invited students from India to participate. 2014 is when we first went global, and we had 12 countries participating. Since then, TCS CodeVita has really grown. It's become a global platform for promoting programming as a sport, elevating the top next generation programmers, using gamification. And we are proud to recognize the top emerging coders and our top women coders whose exceptional skills are setting new standards of excellence. And learning today is all about gamification. My friend Jana has really, for want of a better term, hammered that into my head over the last few years, saying, come on, get rid of your old theory of how learning happens. Gamification is the way forward, and so on. And I'm still learning. I have to tell you, I'm still learning. I'm not yet there. But gamification at TCS is about creating an ecosystem where talent can be sharpened through real-world challenges that fosters adaptability and drives excellence through technological breakthroughs. And over the last few years, we have seen a tremendous strengthening of the TCS CodeVita brand on a global level. Over 5 million participants this year, and I'm sure it's going to only grow. I'm sure it's going to be even bigger next year. This year, we have noticed a significant growth in participation from North America, from the Middle East, from Africa, from Europe, from the UK and Ireland. And as far as CodeVita goes, and this is something which people who are not from the geographies I'm going to mention need to really think about. LATAM always seems to be a stronghold for emerging talent. And when it comes to the podium finish, with due apologies, Your Excellency, APAC seems to always come in somewhere and somehow manages to get there and get ahead. So far, we don't know what's going to happen today. But I'd like to recognize the dedication and effort of our own TCS geography teams that have worked very hard along with our organizing team for CodeVita, the central organizing team, over the years to nurture talent and establish a robust foundation for the future. Some of my colleagues from geographies are here. So I have Jimena and Federico from LATAM, Shaoji and Carissa from APAC, and Borja from Europe. And I would like to thank you guys for the effort that you put in. So our vision is to continue expanding this platform to discover and nurture future-ready talent, empower coders to drive meaningful change, and lead the next wave of global innovation. And towards that, we remain committed to strengthening the global coding community, which we believe will be the key to driving transformation. I'm done. Thank you very much, guys. And as the countdown to the awards comes, my best wishes to all of you super coders. All of you are champions, but we'll find out who's little ahead. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your insightful address. So, before moving on to the next session, we have few riddles for you. Okay? It won't be very tough, as you all are already genius. And we have so many human intelligence as well here in the auditorium. So the first question is, imagine there are 3 animals, a cow, a whale, and an ant. They are very good friends. How do you call their bond? Of course, it's a covalent bond. Interesting. Why I'm getting that sound?
That gave like a PJ expression. Guys, come on. You can laugh. It's okay.
So the next question is about some companies. Don't get offended. Why is Apple's headquarters so hot? Know the answer? Raise your hand.
So, please use the mic.
Because it has no windows.
Yeah, because they refuse to install Windows. Excellent.
So who do you think is going to come next for us? Any guesses? No guesses. I guess it's going to be a fan moment for all of us, because introducing the next speaker in the fast evolving world of technology, we need leaders who not only embrace change, but drive it. In his tenure of over 3 decades at TCS, he has held various leadership roles in delivery, customer relationship, large program management, and sales. He has a strong track record of successfully leading TCS's largest industry vertical, the BFSI business. And now, we request our esteemed guest, who has joined us virtually, none other than Mr. K. Krithivasan, Chief Executive Officer and Managing Director of Tata Consultancy Services, to address us virtually. Can we have the screen up?
Meanwhile, while Kirti is connecting with us, have you ever seen him? His aura, energy?
I've only seen him in pictures.
Okay.
But yeah, that's why. I think it's going to be a fan moment, especially for people who haven't really seen him go live.
Even it's been only 2 years for me in TCS, but I'm so proud today that I'm going to meet the CEO and we're going to talk with him.
So thank you to TCS CodeVita. A huge round of applause to TCS CodeVita Season 12. I think best things come with a little bit of weight, which is why.
It seems our CEO is eagerly getting ready to see us all today and address us. One small activity I want you all to do because seems so dull from here. So when I say 1, you have to do this. When I say 2, you have to do this. When I say 3, you have to do this. Okay?
Are we all game?
Yes.
Little bit of exercise. We've been sitting for quite some time now.
I can say anything, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, that also I can say. Okay? It will test your cognitive power. Let's see. Let's begin the game. Can we get a sound, please? Like, can we get a yes? Okay. 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 3, 3. What is, you can't do that. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3. Clear, clever. 1, 1, 1. Okay, thank you for being such a wonderful audience. You all
And
look
such
so
an attentive audience.
beautiful, yeah.
Now we have our CEO right here with us with a huge thunderous applause. Can we please welcome his web presence? Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. And everybody's been waiting for your warm address. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, and good afternoon, everyone. It's my absolute pleasure to welcome all of you to TCS CodeVita Season 12 Award Ceremony. I would like to extend a very warm welcome to our distinguished guests, mission heads and consulate generals, academia heads from I understand from various colleges, students in Chennai, and of course the TCS colleagues who have made this possible. Also want to welcome and congratulate TCS CodeVita top 25 finalists. You are the very reason for this program. And I understand we have people from as far as Peru, Brazil, People's Republic of China, Chile, Spain, Taiwan, Ecuador, and of course India. Really great to have all of you here from different corners of the world. Congratulations on making it this far. This is because there is no small feat. It requires a big round of applause, being here, and congratulations. All of you have emerged from such a vast pool of deep talent all across the world. The journey for this year 12 began, I understand, on World Programmer Day. So it's even very symbolic that we started this on World Programmer Day. And as we continue to spot and nurture coding prodigies from across the globe, reinforces our mission to bring together the best coding minds. Just some statistics. This season, TCS CodeVita also achieved the highest milestone with over 537,000 registrations from 96 countries. So U25 are chosen from this 500,000 pool of people, pool of aspiring programmers. And very interesting, Latin America has emerged as the powerhouse of talent, contributing the second highest number of registrations, followed only by India. I'm also pleased to announce for the first time, we are proud to have finalists from Brazil, Ecuador, and Spain. So it's very interesting to see the expanding footprint of CodeVita across more and more geographies, and increase also diversity of top-tier coding that's available globally across the globe. Then there is this consistency of finalists from APAC and Europe, which is very heartwarming. We continue to see quite a few finalists from these regions. Last time when I spoke in this event, I also spoke about the importance of fostering a very, very strong engineering culture. This year's record-breaking participation underscores the growing passion and technology strengths within the coding community, which is really heartwarming and fulfilling, because we want to see more engineering culture, more passion about science, technology, and programming among the young talent. We at TCS have been focusing on identifying and empowering programming prodigies with a vision to transform the world. Okay, it can be through next generation technologies. Of course, everybody talks about AI, Gen AI, and many, many emerging technologies. AI, Gen AI is not going to be the last. But this also helps us in hiring, gamifying hiring initiatives within TCS. And through this initiative, so far we have provided more than 12,500 employment opportunities to coding talent over the years. So a clear reflection of our commitment to technical excellence. And another interesting aspect is the presence of 5 repeat finalists who have been finalists in the years before, underscores the consistency and the competitive spirit that TCS CodeVita fosters while driving a culture of sustained performance. To conclude, once again, I want to thank each and every one of you for making TCS CodeVita a very significant in empowering global talent, particularly to the top 25 finalists. You have already proven yourself among the very best. Your dedication, your skill, resilience have brought you to this stage. And definitely this is no small feat. As you stand here, okay, looking for greater success, I need you to remember that this is not the end of your hard work. This is the foundation for your future. Okay? And you have to keep challenging the limits of what's possible and let the passion for your technology guide you forward to a new horizon. With that, first of all, I want to wish all of you all the very best, the finalists and all the participants. And finally, on behalf of everyone at TCS who have put enormous effort, I extend my heartfelt congratulations and wish you all the very best for your journey ahead. Your potential is limitless. Go out there and shape the future. Again, wishing you all the very best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. It's my honor and privilege to thank you, and thank you for all your insights and time with us. So, as many of you know, TCS CodeVita is not just a contest. It's a celebration of talent, innovation, and spirit of problem solving. It brings together some of the brightest minds from around the world, and we wouldn't be here today without the vision, dedication, and hard work of incredible individuals behind it. They have not only witnessed its growth, but have also been at the help driving its evolution year after year.
So please join us in now welcoming Mr. Amol Khanapurkar, Chief Technology Officer, TCS HR, spreading the engineering dream and streamlining various HR functions through technology. He turns every stone into success milestone. Please, we welcome you on stage. Joining him is one who manages a diverse set of recruitment, branding across campus, lateral, as well as events. You know, like we say, if branding is an art, he's the Picasso. We welcome Mr. Jagannathan Gopalakrishnan, Head Employer Branding, to please come up on stage, as they will take us through the fascinating world of TCS CodeVita.
can we have the presentation projected, please? So I'm going to tell you about the stories, okay, that happened in the course of 12 years. Okay, CodeVita has all been about stories. So behind every story, there's a story. So these 12 seasons, it's been a journeys of ups and downs. Okay, so some of them I'm going to take you through. So it's been one tapa of, hard work in engineering, which is what has now enabled us to tell people it's not an easy problem to solve. Okay, and what was the hardness of that problem? That will be the gist of my talk here. But for your visual benefit, I would like the presentation to be on the screen. So CodeVita basically has three purposes. One is to identify talent and create the programming culture and propagate it as programming as a sport. So that is the first motto of CodeVita. Whether talent joins TCS, doesn't join TCS, they enjoy coding, that's what matters the most. So creating a culture of programming is the main goal of CodeVita. Second is to showcase TCS's engineering capabilities. And third is to hire or gamify the particular season. So if you look at the chart, the first few hours, there's a uniform density of, how you submit your submissions or how people actually attempt CodeVita. But then next morning, because it's a 24-hour contest, 6 hours before the closure, okay, you see a huge spike. So we don't have to prepare for the normal, we have to prepare for the peak. So peak is 77 submissions per second. And that happens within a blink of an eye. So the next slide is where I'm going to talk about the importance or the complexity of this particular problem. What does it mean to build 100 submissions per second worthy system? Okay, that's the next slide, please. And these are some graphs. This is the same graph as the table. So next slide, please. So the engineering challenge over here is that, first of all, it's a ekla chalo re kind of journey. Okay, there's paucity of literature. There are no research papers. Okay, nobody knows how to build these systems. Okay, a handful of people, handful of systems around the world. ACM, ICPC, Google Code Jam used to be there. Facebook Hacker Cup, a few more, and some bit of international players or companies. Okay, now offer the hackathon as a competition. But in general, the knowledge of how do you do the engineering is not a very well-known technique. There are no reference systems. So you cannot know what you have done is in line with what is actually the right thing to do, or there is some adventure around the corner. So you always live in that fear. Okay, that's the first part. Second is, it's different in many ways than the traditional IT systems. Okay, the traditional IT systems, code comes in or data comes in and sits silently in some persistence systems, like in databases. Okay, but here it is the reverse. The code comes in and it becomes alive. Okay, because that's when its journey starts. It goes, gets compiled, becomes a binary, and then a test cases or a battery of test cases is run against it, and then it starts to actually deliver what it is supposed to deliver. So the second crucial difference is that systems usually are dead on arrival. Here it is alive on arrival. So how do you identify and treat this different or opposite dynamic? The third one is basically what they are submitting is also code. What we've built or written is also code. So it's a second order magnitude problem. This slow code is slowing down the system, or the system is slowing down the code which is submitted. So it's a bootstrapping problem. So who is the victim and who is the perpetrator is not known. Okay. Of course, this is just one way to put it, but formal techniques allow you to get deeper and tell you what the answer is. So these are some of the problems, okay? These are some of the challenges that you encounter when building systems of this kind. The next one is basically, we discussed about the rates, right? We need something which will sustain 100 per second, okay? Now look at what it takes to run that one, okay? So one submission contains of one compilation. Now for C, it takes 100 milliseconds. For Java, it takes 800 milliseconds. And this is just the compilation. Then there are at least 5 to 10 test cases that it has to clear. Okay? So that's another few seconds. So something that takes 5 seconds to finish, okay, in the unit of 1, how do you do 100 of them in 1 second? So that's the engineering challenge. Okay? So when you solve that problem, you essentially built a system like CodeVita. So that is what my team sitting here has actually helped us build. Okay? So that's the system and the performance part of the problem. Now the reliability part of the problem is that how do you know that the code is trustworthy? What do you do if somebody writes a hostile code? How do you know that people don't want to bring the system down? Okay? So these are all part of reliability related problems. And very interestingly, okay, like humans get tired. Okay? If they speak too much, if they work too much, they get tired, they need rest. What I've discovered is that the machines are no different. In CodeVita, because we are spawning different compilers, different interpreters, doing a lot of coding, written by different people, of different qualities, it gives rise to a thing called software rejuvenation, which means the system ages. The same system performs progressively slower and slower. And then the only solution is to reboot. For 12 years, I've been juggling with this problem. I haven't been able to solve it. But of course, I've been able to work around it. But anybody knows the solution, please come and tell me. Okay? So that's the reliability part of the problem. That how does the system actually acquire the human characteristics? That's something very interesting. Maybe not a topic for research, but something definitely to ponder about. Okay? So that area is called software rejuvenation. So any expert in this room from academia who wants to tackle this problem can definitely get in touch with me. I'll be more than happy to explain the problem. And finally, it is the format. It's an open book remote contest. So how do you protect the interest of honest participants? Okay? How do you ensure that the honest participant comes in, whereas the not so honest one doesn't come in? So what that enables is that not these 25 participants are not just skilled, but they have a lot of integrity. Okay? So the state-of-the-art cheating detection mechanisms that we've built into the platform give you two main guarantees, that the person has skill and the person is honest. What more could a recruiter ask for? Okay? So that's the promise of CodeVita. Next slide, please. Now, these are all stories behind the stories. I'll just take two of them and hand over to Jagan. The first one is bullet number 3. Okay, change in user habits. Now, previously, people used to gather in colleges, sit in groups, maybe solve it together, even though this is an individual competition. Okay, so people thought we couldn't figure it out, but we can actually, if their codes are similar. That was one habit of how not to write the code. Next, it morphed during COVID days and stuff like that into forming social groups on telegrams, on some social sites, okay, on some temporary spurious sites, okay, where these mechanisms also cannot be caught very easily, but the amount of plagiarism that happened because of that, that had an impact on how many days we had for result processing. So if we had to go and hit the campus and the amount of result processing is taking time, okay, what do we do? So then what we did is innovate on the fly. The plagiarism detection system actually checks each submission with each other submission, okay? So it's a n-square complexity problem. Now what we came up as a solution is break the n into 3 and then do the same operation. So the n square becomes n by 3 square into 3 times. So divide the larger bucket into 3 smaller buckets. Okay, of course it sacrifices a little bit of reliability for speed, but then if we apply the heuristics that the buckets are formed in a particular manner, we were able to ensure that 100% of cheaters are caught. And then now we have Gen AI, where people see that, okay, it's a human-machine partnership. So why should even that be deemed as cheating? So that's a different direction that we are going in, but that's the change of user habits. So that is something we'll need to discuss and ponder upon as to how do we take forward. But this is one thing that we have to prepare to do some micro innovations on the fly. And then the fifth one, we got into the habit of benchmarking pretty quickly early on in 2014. So I want the presenter to click on the benchmark link, please. So I'm told that that cannot happen, but basically that was a slide where it compared the TCS CodeVita. Yeah, the benchmark is a link, hyperlink. If someone can click it. Yeah. Please click on the video, play the video, please. If you can just get out of the slideshow mode and then click on it, it'll work. Go to that slide, get out of the slideshow mode and click on the video button. No. Anyway, the purpose of this slide was to show that how the early benchmarking actually helped us prove that we were loading faster pages than even Facebook. And we acquired this habit in 2014, okay, or since 2014. So the continuous benchmarking has enabled us to win records like Limca record and a Guinness record. We haven't been comfortable sitting on our laurels, okay, because fear is good. So that's something that we learned, and this was a proof of that, but unfortunately we're not able to play it. So without holding too much time, I'll hand over to my co-conspirator Jagan, and let's continue with the presentation.
Thank you, Amol. This is 12 years of partnership and excellent work, and also to Amol's team, please, if you guys can stand up, I think you should give them a big round of applause. I think they have set some of the greatest benchmarks. Last 2 seasons, we had some of the talent out here who kind of cracked all the 10 problems. So we made it really tough, thanks to all of you. And I'm sure we're going to make it much more challenging going forward. I'm going to take just 2 minutes because we have a paucity of time and we're waiting for some very interesting segment, the main reason why we are here for. Here is a nice chart that we have, table medals tally of over the last so many seasons. From season 3 from when we went global. This is a collection of the medals tally of different countries. You can't compare this to that of Olympics, which is probably running for centuries, for decades, but this is more about how it has been clustered around the different geographies. Largely, we see a lot of gold from these countries, regions, and largely around, like how DP has mentioned, around LATAM and APAC. This is how we have actually clustered. We've been trying very hard to get registration from Poland and Russia. We've not been able to. So maybe next year. This is about another very interesting aspect about the stickiness to the competition. The contestants come every year back and forth, and what you see here is a quick chart on how people from season 8, the number of people who come as a repeat participant in season 9 and 10 and 11. Of course, there will be a decreasing progression because this is only meant for students community. So once they pass out, they are not eligible to participate. But look at the numbers that at the bottom there. It moved from 39 to 24 repeat to 23 to 78,000. Talks about the kind of stickiness to this competition. So thanks to the patronage of the academic institutions and the contestants out here. This is the rate of our registration. We heard about 500,000 registration. The trend from how we started from season 1, about 27, which was a pilot. We're going to have a very interesting and important segment coming next. The best is yet to come, who is going to talk to us about the genesis of this. And the number of countries we clocked over the years. And thanks to all the geo partners who have actually made us this possible. 98 was the highest we had in terms of registration from the number of countries, right? Yeah. This is the quick chart of the podium finish, which you already saw in the medals tally. I think there are a lot of repeat finalists. This year we have 5 repeat finalists. A lot of people have actually made it to the podium twice. We never had a scenario where we had an individual contestant making it to the top forum. I don't know what is in stake today. So we'll have to see whether if it's going to be a repeat finalist, whether it's going to be a new finalist. I think I left enough suspense for people to hand on. With that, thank you very much. Thanks for the patronage of CodeVita. Thank you very much. Thanks, Amol.
Thank you so much, Amol, and thank you so much, Jagan, for those valuable insights on TCS CodeVita. So do you know, there is someone who seeded this top coding platform, and we have him with us today. To help us understand the roots and the vision behind TCS CodeVita, we are privileged to have with us someone who's played an integral role since its inception. He's not only the one who is a key architect of this world-renowned coding contest, but he's also a true advocate of technology, innovation, and talent. It is my honor to welcome on stage Mr. K. Sudeep, Chief Human Resources Officer Designate TCS, who will take us through the fascinating genesis of TCS CodeVita. Please give a huge, huge round of applause.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. It's wonderful to be here in this 12th season finals. And like what Radhika was mentioning, great. I think it's Jagan, Amol, and I think we are the 3 conspirators still continuing in this, yeah. Founding, I still remember those discussions, but great to see how this brand has evolved to be the top brand globally in coding, right? So that's really something we should be all very, very proud. And Martin, the last time champion, I think he's a celebrity in Chile, right? And I think you're going to play with the president, I heard. Wow, look at that. That's what it is. Right? So, thank you. Ambassador, thank you very much. Madam, thank you. Leaders, all the faculties and professors, the top coders, I know I'm standing between you and getting to know who's winning it. So, going to keep it brief. But like what Amol mentioned, we had this 3 very simple core of why we did. Because we wanted to really encourage coding as a sport, break the myth that coding can be done by anyone. So that was the fundamental thing, and you can see from 27,000 now, over 500,000, right? The second thing, to give the thrill of actually solving problems, right? Using technology. And that we have been able to really scale and to make it one of the best today to be able to do, because a lot of us enjoy solving problems and to really bring that community. And the third one is to spot talent with using gaming, but also link career to something that each of you are passionate. So that was the thing that we had to achieve, and I think we've been able to stay on course and be able to get that thing done. But what is, and you heard our CTO, you heard Jenna, Ashok talking about, but the key about few things that is going to keep us really relevant in the future is how we constantly are able to use the latest of tools or technologies that are around and constantly take as the forward step proactively and keep solving problems, right? As long as we keep this as the foundation, we are all going to be successful and we are going to be defining the future. And many of us today here represent that community. And each of us should be an inspiration and see how we can make anyone around us do the same thing. And I'm sure we will be coming together successful. I think that's what it is. Thank you very much. And the best coder win, all the best. And really, thank you very much for coming here.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your insights. So, ladies and gentlemen, the art of the event is here. It's time for award announcements. Can we get a big round of applause? Now I can hear a lot of noises from your side. So before we get on to revealing the names of our coding champions of season 12, it's time to extend the gratitude to the masterminds behind this blockbuster season. To facilitate them, I would like to call K. Sudeep, Mr. DP Nambiar, Girish and Suresh Raman, please come to the stage to felicitate our organizers.
Please join us in giving a thunderous round of applause to our incredible organizers whose passion and dedication has actually made this event possible.
Firstly, we're gonna honor
the GeoHR representatives of LATAM. Federico, can we please have you on stage? People's Republic of China, Jesse. Taiwan, Carissa. Europe, Borja. Can we please hear it up for them? We will also have the branch admin head, Captain V.R.K. Tiwari, to please come up on stage. Our Chennai campus team, Basilia, can we please have you? Vimal Raj and Bablu B, please come and join. Our corporate campus team, Kala and team, can we please have you on stage? Guys, let the clapping and the thunder keep roaring. This is a very hard work that they've all put in throughout months. Can we also have the DIS team, Madhusudan ER, Mr. Venu Gopalan? Our corporate social media team, Amit Govindan team, Steffi, you can please come up on his behalf. The TCS corporate affairs team, Ranjit Goswami, Mr. Nandan Mehta can come on his behalf. Our HR head, Sheetal Rajni, please come up on stage. Corporate TAG, Susendran, can we please have you on stage? Our CodeVita technical team, Amol Khanapurkar and the entire team, please, can we have you on stage? And last but not the least, the employer branding team, Jagannathan Gopalakrishnan and the team. months of efforts, and this is where this entire team has put together. Please, please put your hands together. Thank you, and a picture moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the backbones of TCS CodeVita Season 12. Thank you, team. Thank you, dignitaries. And this year, in TCS CodeVita Season 12, we have something new and exciting. We are proud to say we are happily launching the Top 3 Women Coder Award. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the TCS Top Women Coder of CodeVita Season 12. And the winner is...
Can we please have Mr. Amol Khanapurkar again on stage to felicitate these winners? Mr. Ashok Krish, Mrs. Sheetal Rajni,
to felicitate
and Mr. Kailash. Can we please have you on stage? Thank you so much. And go Women Power.
So, the top women coder of TCS CodeVita Season 12 is Ankita Verma. Please give a big round of applause. We request Ankita to come to the stage and receive her memento. And the rank 2 in top women coder category goes to Sindhu. And the rank 3 in top women category goes to Yvonne Ayala. Congratulations, guys. We request the dignitaries to stay in the stage for the next category. And congratulations to all the women coder. We would love to see many more women participating in the upcoming seasons. Also, this year, we have one more surprise. We are launching another category emerging coder category to encourage all the students in their first and second years who are taking part and competing with the amazing talents around the world. And the rank 1 in emerging coder category goes to Zhao Jingkai. I request Zhao to please come to the stage to receive the memento from our dignitaries. Thank you, Jao. And the rank 2 in emerging coder category goes to Dario. I request Dario to please come to the stage to receive his memento from our dignitaries.
Congratulations. Can we please put our hands together?
And the rank 3 in top emerging coder category goes to Christopher Hull. Today he may not be with us, but maybe watching live. Congratulations, Christopher. We request the dignitaries to stay in the stage for the next award.
So the segment for which you are all waiting is right here. And I know that I can hear silent prayers to all the respective gods. And I know your hearts are thumping loud because this is the moment. It's time to announce the runners-up and the ultimate winners. May we please, we have the dignitaries already, and we're thrilled to unveil that the second runner-up, who impressed everyone with the coding acumen, with his zest for excellence, goes to Ignacio Munaz. Congratulations. Chile, please come on stage. This has to be louder, everyone. You've got to put your hands together. Our dignitaries are now going to award him with a certificate and a prize of $3,000. Well deserved. One interesting fact is also that he is the coach for Women's Coding Club. So I think well deserved. He's putting in a lot of and training a lot of more women to be just as him. We are proud of you. Thank you so much to all our dignitaries. You may please take your seats now. Thank you so much. You may please take your seats. Thank you. For the next award category, which is the first runners-up. Everybody's okay? Hearts thumping? Have you checked the sound beat? Pulse is going fine? The moment is right here. To give the award, we will first have Mr. Girish Nandipat, Hemina, Mr. Janardhan, and Mrs. Sunita Shani to please come on stage. We would like you to come on stage to felicitate the award. As the tension mounts and the anticipation electrifies in the air, we're honored to present the first runners-up of TCS CodeVita Season 12. Please put your hands together for Martin and Riget from Chile. Congratulations. Martin has also been the finalist in the last season and coming up on the podium finish for the next year. This is commendable. Fantastic. Our dignitaries are now going to hand him the certificate and a whooping prize of $7,000 USD. Well deserved, Martin. Please put your hands together. Congratulations and thank you to all our leaders. Thank you so much for your presence. Please put your hands together. This should not stop. This is the moment they've been working so hard for.
Before we declare the first prize, I would like to talk about the AI contestants, Murugan and Arun. Can I just call them to the stage and everybody please put your hands together for that. So Arun, like Ashok mentioned, Arun is from Ashok's team. He is the one who is a very detached coder in Ashok's own words. Okay, he can take down the code and throw it in dustbin n number of times and just go by the process. So this is one personality or one persona that we chose in order to compete against the natural coders as a AI contestant number one. So Arun solved 3 problems and he was 4th on the leaderboard. So if there was a prize, Arun would have got the 4th prize. And Murugan is last year's finalist. He finished at rank 23 and this time he finished at rank 3. And incidentally, he is also top 10, the TCS top 10 coder rank number 7. So like Jana and Ashok mentioned, we had chosen the opposite personas, okay, one who is a good prompter and one who is a good coder. And they both realized at the end of the day that they needed each other's skills to beat the humans alone. But nevertheless, only 2 humans could beat them. So that shows the power of human plus AI combination. And to give you an overall feel of what the competition was, that only 12 people could solve something apart from these 2. So we had 25 problems and we made them so hard. We invented new bodies of knowledge. We mixed up ideas. Some of them Jana actually adduced in his talk. And the feedback that we got from the finalists is that these were too tough. So I apologize for making it too tough. And Periya, Vaishnavi and Akhilesh from my team are the main culprits behind it. And to sustain the platform engineering that I just showed, 100 submissions per second, I just want to pay my respects to my team, Preet, Sunil, Chetan, and Amit. Thank you, guys. So that was the experiment that we conducted, two polar opposites, one coming from one school of thought, the other coming from other school of thought. This is the result. The human still is on top. So CodeVita continues, hopefully, thankfully. Thank you, and back to the organizers.
Thank you so much, Amol. Thank you. So yes, I think technology is not taking over any time with the human minds. We have that as a testament established. And now, the final moment for which we've all gathered here together. Ladies and gentlemen, the crowning moment has come. Can we first please have Mr. K. Sudeep on stage to felicitate the grand winner? Mr. DP Nambiar, His Excellency Javier Polinge, and Mr. Suresh Raman. Can we please have you on stage? Please put your hands together. The winner of TCS CodeVita Season 12, whose talent, acumen, and personality has set a benchmark. And it goes to Jeffrey Ho from Taiwan. Please put your hands together. Congratulations, Jeffrey. Well deserved. We'll have a picture-defining moment before I share something about this special candidate. Woohoo! And there's something you should all know about Jeffrey. Jeffrey's story is nothing but a tale of persistence, perseverance, and grit. This person has been with us for the 4th season this time, and he's been the podium finish in the past. However, the first time that he has been ranked #1. So clearly, he just knows that his aim is to get rank 1, and he's achieved it. We are really proud. It's a heart-defining moment for all of us as part of the organizing team to finally see you with all your hard work. Well deserved, Jeffrey. Jeffrey, thank you, Carissa, for coming in. I can see him with little tears. Our dignitaries have honored him with the prize money of $10,000 US. Well deserved for all the intelligence and hard work and grit and perseverance. Can we please have you to say a few words? This is your moment. Carissa, we would like you also to please come up.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jeffrey Ho, and this is my 4th time to participate in the CodeVita final. Yeah, so I'm really happy to finally win this year. So, yeah, and thanks to everyone who is involved to prepare this event. And yeah, I have had a great time here. And then, yes, thank everyone.
I think he's a man of few words, but definitely a lot of numbers and codes. And that is where he is. We'll have an interesting insight from Amol that he would like to now share in this defining moment.
Sorry for stealing the mic once again, but couldn't resist. The difference between Jeffrey and Martin is what I just wanted to highlight. Both have solved the same number of problems. Okay, they both solved 5 problems out of 10. Whereas Martin had last time solved all 10 problems and had gone and taken a nap right in the venue of the classroom there. So there was a lot of pressure that CodeVita standards are falling, do something about it. So season 10 was the first time all 10 problems had fallen, and Martin repeated that feat. So twice in a row, our back was to the walls. Okay, so we had to give a fight back, and that's when we tightened. Okay, now it has come down to 50%. No more than 50% of the problems are solved. So that's an interesting story behind the story. But coming back to Jeffrey and Martin, the difference between them is only one test case. I really feel it for Martin. And I really must, enjoy what Jeffrey must be feeling. So it's really a photo finish that's any organizer's dream. It's happened many times before in terms of time, but in terms of such a close score, that it just gets broken on one test case. That's the first time that it has happened. And with that happening, what has also happened is, previously from season 1 to 11, we had 2 people finishing on the podium 2 times. Okay, and now Martin, who was the last year's winner, and Jeffrey, who had finished on the podium in one earlier season on rank 3, they've joined that elite club. And Martin still remains the all-time great because he has 1 gold and 1 silver. And Jeffrey has now 1 gold and 1 bronze. So that's the information I couldn't resist sharing with all of you. So that's the level to which it is getting cutthroat. So anybody wanting to compete in CodeVita should now prepare just like they're preparing for IIT JEEs, okay, or even more tougher competitions. So that's what I wanted to share. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jeffrey. We are so proud of you again. Thank you so much, Carissa.
So the story doesn't end here. We would love to felicitate all our finalists. So firstly, I would like to call upon Bharat Mishra to the stage to receive his memento from our esteemed guests. Following Bharat, I would like to call upon Bhargava to receive his memento. Guys, can we give a big round of applause for the finalists of TCS CodeVita Season 12?
They're the finest brains in terms of coding.
Next, I would call upon Dario Martinez to receive his memento from our dignitaries. Next in the list, I would like to call upon Divya Mohan to the stage, please. Following Divya Mohan, I would love to call upon Divyanshu. And Gautam. Next, I would like to call upon Jinkai Jao to receive his memento from our dignitaries. Following him, I would love to call upon Kaushal to receive his memento.
Mauricio, please, can we have you? Mikael, please come up on stage. Nikhil Chaudhary, Om Patil, all the participants, please cheer your peers. Padmendra Yadav, please come up on stage. Prakhar Tripathi, Raxo Galvez, please come on stage. Pragya Thakur, Raghavendra, please come on stage. Samar Veer, Sebastian, can we please have you?
Next, we would love to call upon Uttam Kumar to the stage to receive his memento. Following him, we would love to call upon Vincent. And then, last but not the least, Washington to receive his memento.
we also have all our top 25 participants to please join us for a group picture. Joining them, we also request all our dignitaries to please come up on stage. This is going to be a momentous moment for them all, and we would love to have you to be a part of it. Please put your hands together. The top 25 CodeVita finalists in one single shot. And this is the moment. Please make a curve, fit yourself into the screen, cherish this moment forever. Congratulations to all of you. We are very, very proud and we are honored to have you as part of our TCS CodeVita Season 12.
Congratulations, team. All your hard works are finally paying off. Thank you. Thank you, dignitaries. We request the winners to stay on the stage for one more picture. Thank you so much, dignitaries, for your presence and time. We request all our audience to be seated. We have some segments coming up. Please be seated. All your lunch are still being prepared, so you can be seated comfortably.
Thank you so much for your patience, everyone. It will not take much time, but I think this is going to be remembered and cherished forever. So just a few more moments. Top 25, where are the smiles on your faces? Lift the trophy. This is your moment. All the drama is worth it. Woohoo! Fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to all our top 25. And that was an incredible journey today. We've seen brilliant minds, innovative ideas, but nothing can go and complete an event without expressing gratitude to all those who made it. To officially conclude today's program and offer a heartfelt vote of thanks, it's my pleasure to invite someone who's been the pillar and support of this event. Please join me in welcoming to the stage the one and only Mr. Girish Nandimat, Global Talent Acquisition Group of TCS. Please give him a round of applause as he takes the stage to extend his thanks. Girish, over to you.
Thank you, Sakshi. And okay, I teared up when I looked at Jeffrey in terms of his expressions when he won, looking at his proud but emotional this one. So it was, it makes it worthwhile to be a host for this program year on year. And thanks for everyone being here as the sponsors. And thanks to all the participants being here time and again and making it all worthwhile for the team here. So TCS CodeVita saw almost 537,000 registrations this time across 96 countries. And I'm really delighted to recognize the coding talent of our winner, Jeffrey Ho from Taiwan. Our first runner-up, Martin from Chile, and Ignatius Munoz from Chile. Congratulations to all the winners once again. Throughout the last few days, these students immersed themselves with us. They sang and danced with us. They enjoyed with us. They had their coding challenges with us, and they had their moments here. So once again, congratulations to all the top coding contestants here amongst with us. Pulling off this global event of this magnitude takes extraordinary time and dedication and teamwork. So my heartfelt gratitude to all the brilliant individuals involved here, who are present here, as well as behind the scenes to make this a possibility. We are grateful to our mission heads, Honorable Consul General from Chile, Sunita Sahane, and His Excellency Mr. Javier Paulinich, Ambassador of Republic of Peru, for joining us today. Also, my sincere thanks to our CEO and Managing Director, Mr. Krithivasan, Dr. Harry Quinn, our CTO, Mr. K. Sudeep, our CHRO designate, Mr. DP Nambiar, Head of Geographies and Corporate Functions, and all the business and HR leaders who are present here. I would also like to thank Mr. Janardhan Santanam, our Chief Learning Officer, Mr. Ashok Chris, Head of our AI practice, for the insightful session today. Pardon me, I'm reading out a bit of the names so that I ensure I don't miss out anyone. And it also great pleasure to have Mr. Daniel Blanchard, CTO of Intercontinental Hotels, our customer who was with us today for some time. I would also like to thank all our academic leaders, training and placement officers and directors, and the students amongst who are here to witness this grand occasion. I'd also like to thank TCS Latin America HR Head, Jimena, our Geo HR leaders, Federico from LATAM, Borja from Europe, Xiaojie from People Republic of China, Carissa from Taiwan, and all other geography HR heads and their teams for strengthening the CodeVita brand in their respective geographies and being the ambassadors for us. We are also grateful for the seamless collaboration we have with our corporate affairs team, Ranjit Goswami, the head of corporate affairs, Nilesh Gore, Nandan Mehta, Priyanka Uttam, and the entire TCS corporate affairs team who works with us tirelessly behind the scenes every year. We would also like to thank the TAG leaders, Kailash, India TAG head, Kala, campus head, and the TCS TAG corporate team, the branch heads, the campus leads, Dr. Susindran, the head of academic alliances, Basilia, head of Chennai branch, and the regional heads of academic alliances group and the TAG help desk teams. We would also like to thank the Chennai campus team specifically, Basilia, Vimal Raj, Bablu, and the entire TAG team for their wonderful support in making this event grand success. There's a lot of hard work which goes behind the scenes for the last 2 months, and this is the team which has made it possible. For the regional HR team, we would also like to thank Sheetal Rajni, head of HR for Chennai, Lakshmi Hari, a Siriseri HR head, and Anthony Arikyanathan from our learning ILP HR team. We have experienced a great hospitality and excellent support from our TCS Siriseri campus. We would like to thank Mr. Suresh Raman, Vice President and Head of TCS Chennai, Captain V.R.K. Tiwari, Colonel Ashok Subramaniam, and the entire TCS Chennai admin team. With great pleasure, I would also like to thank Madhusudan ER and his entire DIS team, Vasudevan Ramesh, head of our ISM, Vignesh Kumar from the ISM team, from enabling the seamless technical support throughout this event. We would also like to thank Ganesh Jayavelu from Finance Head for Chennai for their support and all the seamless execution possible. This event wouldn't have been possible without support of Shruti Shah and the TAG BFM team. Thank you for the excellent display and technological capabilities by teams of TCS Cognix and TCS Nucleus Labs during the pre-event engagement. Finally, we would also like to thank our corporate marketing team, Amit Govind, Head of Marketing Communications, TCS Corporate Social Media team, TCS Internal Communications team for the entire coverage and seamless execution, and to Abhinav who heads this team. And now it's time to acknowledge the incredible minds that has made this competition possible. Balachandra and the entire team of Helios, our partners in this hosting this event. Amol Khanapurkar and the entire TCS CodeVita team. Jagan, Suraj Khanna, and the complete TCS employee branding team. Thank you to each and everyone once again. And I open CodeVita Season 13 from now here. And I hope it will be bigger and better and grander in the coming next season. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now we request the winners and our team to be seated. And we would love to see you all post-lunch so that you can pose however you want and take as much photos you want. Okay?
But it's important to come back after lunch, okay? A lot of those killer moment pictures are still left. Please.
If you think that's it, we have an interesting or exciting announcement to make. Through CodeVita Season 12, we found 700 plus candidates whom we want to work with us, travel with us, and excel with us. We will be rolling out offer letters to all of them very soon. And congratulations to all the talented gems who are fortunate to have with us. And looking forward to see you all soon as our colleagues. Congratulations. So your lunch are ready. And now I request the students to proceed to GS8 ground floor. Vineet from Chennai campus team will escort you. Thank you, leaders, and thank you, everyone, for your time, your presence. You guys are amazing audience.
Vineet, please raise your hand so that they know. Students, please proceed with Vineet. Everybody, please be seated. Not everyone has to leave. There is an order to the chaos, method to madness. Please, everyone, be seated. We are announcing this. We'll not eat much into your time.